Good morning, Scotland. Good morning, social media land. I hope you're well. It is Tuesday, the 3rd of December, 2024. Scotland's independence isn't just about leaving Westminster behind. It's about proving to ourselves that we are ready to govern with competence, vision, and responsibility. But the road to independence isn't straightforward. The Supreme Court's ruling that Scotland cannot legally hold its own referendum is a direct challenge to Scottish democracy. It says that in the eyes of the law, we lack the competence to express our self-determination. This is more than a legal ruling. It's a barrier to our democratic rights. And so what do we do? Until we find other means to express our self-determination, we must continue to show the world that Scotland is more than capable of governing itself competently. That responsibility falls not just on us activists, but also the SNP government, which faces criticism from all sides. Under devolution, Scotland has already shown what it can achieve. We've led the way on renewable energy, becoming a global leader in wind and tidal power. We've protected education with free university tuition, ensuring that every young Scot has access to opportunity. And our public health initiatives like free prescriptions, minimum alcohol pricing, reflect a government willing to tackle issues head on. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Scotland's handling of the crisis often stood stark in contrast to Westminster's chaos. Clear communication and decisive action demonstrated that Scotland could manage complex challenges with care and competence. These achievements are the result of an SNP-led government pushing the boundaries of devolution to improve the lives of all Scots. Despite criticism from both unionists and parts of the independence movement, the SNP must govern effectively for all Scots. We must remember this and use them as a tool for change, supporting their efforts where we can. But let's not ignore the barriers we face. Devolution is not independence. Policies designed for Scotland are often blocked by Westminster, like the deposit return scheme, a vital environmental policy shut down by a government that doesn't share our priorities. Scotland's renewable energy sector is penalised by transmission fees that make it harder to compete despite our potential to power much of the UK. And without control over welfare or immigration, we are unable to fully access the challenges of our communities face. Westminster's failures are not our failures, but they limit what we can achieve. Meanwhile, Westminster's governance continues to let Scotland down. Austerity policies have deepened inequality, while public services are stretched to breaking point. Both Labour and the Conservatives, whether in Westminster or Holyrood, prioritise agendas that serve England, not Scotland. The truth is clear. Scotland is ready to govern herself. We've already shown it under devolution, but independence would allow us to go further. Small nations like Denmark or Norway thrive because they make decisions tailored to their own needs. And Scotland can do the same. Independence isn't about creating something new. It's about unlocking the potential we already have. If Scotland can achieve so much with limited powers, imagine what we could do with full independence. So let's believe in ourselves. Let's support those who govern for Scotland's future. And let's share this message. And let's show the world and those that are still undecided in Scotland that we are ready to lead, that we are ready to govern, that we are ready to be independent. Because the future of our nation depends on the confidence we have in ourselves today. I look at what happened on Saturday when somebody cried loudly that you're a traitor, John Swinney, and wonder if people that actually believe that want independence. You don't have to like the SNP, you really don't, but you need to get behind them in a certain manner because they are the party of government just now. And if you think for 1 second that we're going to be able to achieve independence by building up another party over the next, 10, 15, 20, 30, maybe 50 years? Do you think that you're going to see independence in your lifetime? Or are you going to allow that struggle that we've been through to be passed on to your children? I don't want to pass it on to my children. I want them to graduate from university and become free Scots in a free Scotland. I don't like everything the SNP does. I don't like the toxic situation between the SNP and Alapa, but I can rise above that. I can put myself in a position where I'm happy to vote for both, to push things in the right direction. Both parties have faults. They really do. They don't make it easy on each other. They really don't. And perhaps maybe if we just got over ourselves a little bit, and if instead of playing political games, we looked at the bigger picture, the greater good, and voted for independence rather than devolutionary policies and politics. We know the SNP can govern. We know that politics in Scotland would do great things for Scotland. But until you do get over yourselves, until we get to that point where we can work amicably together, it's not going to change. It's not going to go forward. The SNP can govern. That's their strength. They can hold their heads high and say they've done good things for Scotland. But they need to be humble as well and realise that they will not achieve independence with a hegemonic strategy of two votes, both votes, whatever you want to call it, for the SNP. We need to deliver a pro-Scottish government and a pro-Scottish opposition in 2026. With the rise of Reform, they will steal seats in Holyrood and they will be more disruptive than the Tories and Labour. So it's decision time, Scotland. I would say you've got till after Christmas. And that's when the campaign will start. So please, please, let's do something good this time. Let's start building bridges instead of burning them. And let's move forward as one country, as one movement, and do the right things. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
I can't get no sleep.